As far as coaches go, like with the defense, it's kind of just been a step-by-step approach. Obviously, you start from the ground up. We're kind of just learning the basic stuff. So for this first day, practice on Friday, we can kind of get out there and field the defense and do what we need to do. So, we're learning a lot of the base techniques, alignments, gap responsibilities, and things like that. And it's been pretty good so far.
Do you get a sense of, among players, what the priority is this spring, what you guys hope to learn or accomplish?
Yeah, obviously number one is to learn the new system, and obviously we want to go out there and fly around and have some fun with it as well. I think it's been good. We've been getting in a week early. We've started our position meetings already and kind of learned. So done some walkthroughs and stuff like that. So like I said, by Friday we can kind of know what we're doing, and we're not just learning. We're actually going and going hard and taking real reps. So with that, I think also an emphasis on just kind of flying around and having fun, making an impression on the new coaches. And I think there's a lot of young guys that are doing their first spring ball. So a lot of early enrollment guys too. So it'll be kind of fun to see them go and kind of give some advice to those guys too.
What's your takeaway, Mick, from the new strength and conditioning program? What you saw this winter, what you like about it?
Day one it was very intense. Obviously, there was a lot of guys maybe throwing up and stuff like that. It was kind of a crazy experience. But we developed already real good relationships with Coach Duvall and his staff. It's kind of nice. Every different exercise they presented to us, some of them might have been unique or similar to something we did in the past or completely different. And, they always explain, how it's going to relate to football. We've got D linemen doing D-line specific drills, O-line doing O-lineman specific drills, which was kind of fun, kind of seeing how it's going to translate into the football field. So it's been a great process. We were in the 6 a.m. group, the O-line and D-line, so it was 6 a.m. every day, and it ended up kind of being a blast, going in there with those guys, and it was a really fun process.
Why was that fun? What was fun about getting up at 5:30?
It's just you kind of wear it, and you kind of like use it as a badge of honor. Like we're this group. We want to be the best group out of all the lifting groups or whatever. We want to come in there and be ready to roll right at 6 a.m. When guys are still sleeping or whatever. So it's kind of fun. And we always say it starts with the trenches. So definitely the O-line, D-line lifting group should be the best and should be the hardest working. So it's kind of something we wanted to emphasize.
They make changes, obviously never easy at times, but when you have a staff that came in that went 13-0, how easy is it for guys to kind of buy in knowing what they just did at Central Florida?
Yeah, I guess guys should buy in regardless of who they brought in. It should be your kind of responsibility as a player to buy into the new system. But it is nice. They tell us they'll give us tips on what they think needs to be done in order to play at a high level and to play at a championship level. And you're definitely going to listen. These guys have been there. They've turned the school around. Obviously pretty drastically, and that's something that's exciting for us. With what happened last season, we're excited to kind of get those same results, I guess, and kind of learn from them and their experiences and changing the culture at UCF, and hopefully kind of doing the same things here.
I know you haven't hit the field yet, but with Coach Dawson, anything you've learned from him in particular yet?
Yeah, just kind of basics of their defense. It's cool. He's got a lot of experience. He worked with Philadelphia. We kind of watched some film of the Eagles and some of their D linemen, and how they run the 3-4 and kind of some of the different nuances of their system. And it's been really fun to learn from him and kind of see some of the stuff he's done. And it's a lot different than the old defense. Just in terms of responsibilities and stuff like that. Not every defense is the same. So it's kind of fun learning a new system and kind of getting the experiences from Coach Dawson.
Mick, how do you describe the mentality change in the locker room over the past 2-3 months?
I think there's been a big change as far as accountability. Obviously with what happened, what we did last season didn't work. Something has to change, or else we're going to see the same results. So, like I was just saying, the buy-in's been pretty great. And it needs to be in order for us to kind of get this thing rolling. And, I think guys are realizing, really how hard we do have to work. It's great we have new coaches and all this stuff is changing, but at the end of the day, we still got to work really hard to be successful. It's not an easy process. It just doesn't happen, for being there and showing up. You definitely have to put it in the work yourself, and I think guys are starting to realize that.
Coach Frost was saying he told you guys have a desire to excel with no fear of failure. What's that mean to you, and do you see guys feeding off that theme?
Don't be afraid to compete. Absolutely. We've done competitions all through the winter. I don't know if you guys, there's videos out there of us doing tug of war and stuff like that. If he wants to call someone up to do that, everyone should be raising their hand, running up there. We all want to compete. we all want to win. And don't be afraid to fail. If you fail, you fail. At least you gave all your heart into it. And it's the same thing going into spring ball. If you're a young guy and you haven't done it before and you really don't know what to expect, just kind of go 100 miles an hour. Do your thing. Try and excel. Try and make plays. And if you mess something up, something simple, it'll get fixed. But kind of that mentality, that competition mentality, is something we're trying to get.
How will guys approach spring break knowing that you just have the one practice, and then when you come back, you're going to have 14 more to get ready for after that?
I'm sure guys will be taking it easy. At least they should. I'm just going back home to beautiful Gretna, Nebraska. So that's what I'm doing for spring break. Those are my plans. And I'm going to spend some time with family and hang out and kind of take it easy. But definitely kind of keep my mind in the playbook and looking through things. As we are learning a new system, making sure that things are kind of dialed in for when we get back here. So.
Coach Frost was pretty quick right away to preach patience, maybe temper some expectations. As an older guy on the team, how do you balance that with the urgency that I'm sure you feel, knowing that your time is short here?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a crazy thing to think about. I've only got one season left. I'm blessed that we're kind of starting this change now. Like you said, it is a patient process. You got to take your time with it. Things like this don't just happen quickly. And all I want to do, I guess the impression I want to leave on these younger guys is that I kind of got the change rolling. Depending on how much success we have on the field or not, I definitely want to be a catalyst for that change, and I want to be part of that in some of these younger guys' careers here.
Want to see more from Mick if there is? Good. All right.
Thank you, guys.